Have you ever wondered what the most visited cities in the world are? Sure, that might not be the kind of question that keeps you up at night, but if you've got an incurable case of wanderlust as we do, then it might be helpful to see where the rest of the world likes to spend their vacations. Our top 10 list has been compiled using data provided by a global market research company called Euromonitor International. Istanbul, Turkey. 13,433,000 annual visitors. Essentially serving as the bridge that divides the East from the West, Istanbul has a rich and complicated heritage. It was once the capital of the Ottoman and Byzantine empires, and monuments to these great fallen empires can still be found throughout the city to this day. Given its history, Istanbul is known for its unique blend of both modern and old architecture. For example, you can find a giant glass and steel skyscraper next door to a Byzantine church, or a vibrantly colored bazaar next to a large shopping mall. Istanbul's natural features are also quite striking. The Bosphorus is a narrow strait that runs directly through the city, effectively cutting it in two. The Sea of Marmara lies to its south, while the Black Sea to its north. From the strait's waters, travelers can see Istanbul's skyline complete with domes, steeples, and modern structures. Istanbul is a bustling metropolis bursting with life. It might look peaceful and serene from a distance, but its streets are pretty chaotic in the most wonderful kind of way. It's loud, noisy, and everyone seems to be trying to sell you something. It's easy to get lost in all that commotion, but try not to get overwhelmed. Stop to sample the local cuisine, and once the sun sets, you'll notice Istanbul has a thriving nightlife scene. Hey, if you're enjoying this video so far, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to Viewcation if you haven't already. And keep watching to find out the most visited city in the world. Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. 13,434,300 annual visitors. Although it can be a bit more expensive than traveling around other parts of Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur blends cultural elements borrowed from India, China, Malay, and the West to create a unique mix of food, shopping, culture, and nightlife. If you're a foodie, Kuala Lumpur is one of the best cities on the planet outside of India to find decent Indian food. Delicious street food can be found throughout the city, and the restaurants are some of the best in the world. Kuala Lumpur's architecture is breathtaking as well, and its citizens are quite friendly. Kuala Lumpur's National History Museum is a great place to familiarize yourself with Malaysia's history and culture. Masjid Negara, Malaysia's national mosque, is situated on 13 acres of gardens and can hold 15,000 worshippers. As for modern architecture, Kuala Lumpur's Menara Tower dwarfs all other structures in its surroundings, seeing as how it's the fifth tallest building in the world, standing at 421 meters high. New York City. 13,600,000 annual visitors. A trip to the Big Apple is always memorable. Not only is New York City one of the most populated in the world, but it has consistently been one of the most visited cities on the planet for the last century or so. Check out views from high atop the Empire State Building or One World Observatory, or go see a play down on Broadway. New York has no shortage of things to do and sights to see. And given its reputation of being the city that never sleeps, you'll be doing yourself a favor by exploring its world-famous nightlife scene. Go museum hopping, starting at the Metropolitan Museum of Art, then make your way over to the Guggenheim Museum a few blocks away. If you have time, go to the Museum of the City of New York, which is perhaps the best place to learn all about New York's history. Pretty much every culture on Earth is represented in New York, and that's reflected in the city's cuisine. Grab some dim sum in Chinatown or a cannoli in Little Italy. After you've satiated your cravings, watch some live jazz music in Harlem or go shopping on Fifth Avenue. And what trip to New York is complete without a visit to the Statue of Liberty? Dubai, United Arab Emirates. 15,920,700 annual visitors. Dubai, much like Las Vegas, boasts a skyline that glistens like a beacon against a barren desert backdrop. Travelers from all over the planet flock to these havens of capitalism with the same intentions. Make no mistake, Dubai is not just a city, it's a grown-up version of a playground. Dubai features an international culinary scene and some truly out-of-this-world attractions. And it seems like the city is perpetually in a state of growth and development. Dubai is home to the world's tallest building, one of the world's biggest shopping malls, and one of the largest marinas mankind has constructed. But even though Dubai is well known for being a beacon of modern ingenuity, you can find a lot of old-world charm there as well. Paris, France. 17,560,200 annual visitors. You won't find anywhere in the world like Paris. A mention of the city brings to mind romance and intrigue, but it's also home to truly remarkable works of art and architecture, and its cuisine and culture are sure to impress. The City of Light draws millions of visitors every year with its unparalleled ambiance. Because of its world-class museums, fashion, and cuisine, Ernest Hemingway once called Paris the city of many splendors in his novel A Movable Feast. Take the view atop the Eiffel Tower or plan a day trip to Versailles Palace. But don't just hit up the major tourist attractions. The local marketplaces, street food, and shops are worth your time as well. Singapore. 18,561,200 annual visitors. Singapore, or officially the Republic of Singapore, is a sovereign island city-state in Southeast Asia. The city is notable for maintaining its balance of green spaces and skyscrapers. It's also a cultural epicenter that sustains ethnic enclaves like Little India and Chinatown. Singapore used to be a British colony, but today it's a city full of patriotic citizens proud of what they've achieved since escaping Britain's clutches. The Singaporean skyline is dotted with monumental structures, but the locals haven't neglected the significance of their natural surroundings. An island nearby, also named Singapore, features large wetland preserves. Top-tier museums are plentiful in this metropolitan wonderland, and the local cuisine alone is good enough to warrant a visit. Macau, China. 18,931,400 annual visitors. Macau has been called the Vegas of the East thanks to its many casino resorts and lavish attractions. In fact, it's the world's biggest gambling hub. MGM, Wynn, and Sands all have casinos in Macau, and its flagship Venetian Resort is currently the biggest casino in the world. But Macau's historic center was also added to the UNESCO World Cultural Heritage List in 2005. Here you'll find street vendors and many noteworthy restaurants, museums, and shops. London, England. 19,233,000 annual visitors. London is home to world-class restaurants, a lively music scene, rich history, and of course, tea. It's an excellent city to visit, and with England's top-notch transportation center, it's also one of the easiest to navigate. With sights and attractions like the National Portrait Gallery, the Tower of London, Trafalgar Square, Tower Bridge, and Kensington Gardens, you could easily spend a week or so exploring all that London has to offer. And given London's mild climate, any time of year is suitable. Winter is particularly wonderful and festive, especially if you're a fan of Christmas markets and Yuletide cheer. Bangkok, Thailand. 24,177,500 annual visitors. Ancient temples and modern shopping centers stand side by side in Thailand's capital city. Bangkok is a city defined by its contrasting elements. Because of that, it's hard to define. It's a city that features a dynamic environment that requires a ton of energy to keep in motion. Here you'll find the world's biggest open-air market, a highly celebrated aquarium tucked inside an 8-story shopping mall, a 150-foot-tall golden Buddha, and many more sites that are practically begging you to come see them in all their glory. First-time visitors should be aware that Bangkok sees consistently high temperatures year-long, and the humidity can be intense as well. Hong Kong, China. 29,262,700 annual visitors. While Hong Kong's autonomy has been called into question in recent years, it still remains distinctly separate from mainland China in terms of culture and identity. Hong Kong sets itself apart from its Chinese metropolitan cousins, Shanghai and Beijing, with its diverse, multifaceted culture and gorgeous cityscape. From warm sandy beaches to rugby pitches to museum, there's a little bit of something for everyone in Hong Kong. The food is a huge draw as well. Take a ride aboard the Star Ferry or explore Hong Kong's many street markets. And if you're looking for incredible views, ascend to the top of Victoria Peak, the highest point of Hong Kong Island. Now it's time to hear from you. Which one of these cities do you want to go to the most? Let us know in the comments section below. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to Viewcation if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.